Welcome to this morning's episode of Techsavvy. I hope you're keeping well and safe. And the good news of vaccinations on the way is going to be a good Christmas present for us all. And what I wanted to cover today is a prevalent problem, especially during COVID, is phone scams. Do feel free to comment if you're watching this show after the event. I will continue to monitor the post. And if you have any questions, do please put them in the window there. I was the subject of a phone scam call this week, and it was from somebody purporting, actually it was an automated voice, which is a bit of a giveaway, saying that they were trying to contact me from the HMRC because I'm being brought to court over tax evasion. Well, that was scary and not pleasant to experience. And this is part of the scammer's ploy to make you afraid. Anyway, I knew it wasn't true because I am fully sound with tax accountants who put all my information in at one time. And there's therefore no problem at all with my tax. I'm pleased to say I'm not a criminal. So we can discount that call. But when you get these calls, it's extremely scary and can make you feel very uncomfortable. In fact, that's part of the tactic. But if you get calls from people purporting to be from banks, the police, companies, telephone companies, they can sound really real and professional. I mean, this particular one was easily spotted, automated voice, not real. But people can be sucked in, particularly elderly people, and you have to protect yourself from these kind of things. So what can you look out for? Well, I'm indebted to the Halifax for producing a scam call list of things to look out for. So I'm really reading what they're saying. So what we want to be able to do is to actually just give you that information. So I'm going to put a link on my screen. Thank you for that. But also you can view it in my web page. So I'll send both ways so that you've got the information directly. So what can you look out for? Well, unexpected calls. This particular one was unexpected. I wasn't planning to receive a call, and therefore it came out of the blue. Do be aware of calling back, because sometimes they say, yes, you can call back, here's the number, and they keep the line open so that you're actually calling back their number, not the one that's bona fide. I suggest you completely hang up, cut off the call, and then ring back. Pressure calls. These fraudsters particularly want you to make a decision, a quick decision. And also perhaps they may suggest you keep it quiet, you don't tell other people about it. Don't trust anyone who does this. They may ask for a transfer of money. I know one particular call was about the fact that your account has been hacked and you need to transfer all your money into a different account at the bank, and we'll send a courier around who can collect it. So they ask you to withdraw money, physically withdraw it, and then give it to a courier. Not going to fly, is it? So if that call comes to you, then do please check on it. They might want you to transfer through a safe account over the phone. Nobody from a bank will ask you to put it in a safe account. They won't ask for transfers to be done either over the phone or on the internet or through an email. Refunds. Sometimes calls are offering you money. That sounds like a good thing, doesn't it? But if it sounds too good to be true, if you remember the stuff we said about this earlier in security, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And therefore, nobody would call you in that context to offer refunds out of the blue, unexpectedly. I might request a refund from Amazon, but that's a process that you go through and is done quite officially and with the seller and reseller in tow. So that's very important. The other thing is test transactions. You might get a call saying that they want to do a test transaction. And bear in mind, nobody will do that either. They will not ask you to transfer money over the phone right there and then to do that. And then there are fear calls, calls that are made to make you feel uncomfortable. You owe them lots of money. You're under a criminal investigation. You've committed a heinous crime, and you get it from the police. It's very rare that the police or Scotland Yard or anybody else would call you. And if they do, they will always follow it up with an officer who has photo ID and a warrant number. So that's important to bear in mind as well. Not that I want any of you to go through that. And the other one that happens is you're asked to log on to your computer. The common one I get is often from Microsoft. You've probably had them too. And it says that there is a problem with your computer and, you need to give them access. They could also be pretending to be a broadband provider, and they can also tell you that they could be a trusted software company. Either way, it's not true and it's not right. Now, interestingly, in these times of COVID, there is people like AbilityNet I volunteer from, and we do remote connections. But as I always say, do check the authenticity of the inquiry. Is it something you've requested? We respond to requests. We don't call people out of the blue asking them to connect to our computer. So I usually give them lots of details that could only be them and nobody else who made the genuine request. But please be wary of people who want to remotely access your computer. Because what can happen, as it happened to somebody I know, is that their computer got locked out. They got locked out of their own computer. And as you know, there was an incident a couple of years ago where the NHS was completely locked out due to such a scam. So we obviously have to be vigilant all the time. So what can you do to protect yourself? Well, you can follow the code of conduct with a new scam code. This helps you protect from scammers. You can hang up the phone, which I always do. You can tell them to call back, but use the number you trust, not the number they use or give you. So you ring something you know is the person. If they say it's the police, you can say, I'll call you back on 101, which is obviously the Police Connect number. Yep, and then contact the bank that it's purporting to be, if it's a bank or a company report. Don't log on to the computer unless it's your call for help. Don't let anyone take control of your computer, which we just talked about. And do not say what's on your computer screen. A real call would not ask to tell you what's on your computer screen. Well, obviously, these are things that you need to bear in mind with strangers. If I'm trying to help someone with a technical problem, yes, and if I connected remotely, I can probably see that screen, but there could be difficulties getting to that point. But as a rule of thumb, don't tell them what's on your screen or give personal information out over that. So really, that's the kind of things that I would say would protect you against having your position scanned. And it has increased exponentially during COVID. There are some really amoral people out there doing this kind of thing. And it's upsetting, it's frightening, it's worrying, but do bear in mind the adage, if it's sudden, unexpected, if it's something that either sounds too good to be true or it's trying to threaten or scare you, it is not true. It is not real, and therefore you can rest assured that it's a scam. Just put the phone down. Okay, that's my message for today about phone scams. Do tune in next week for another episode of Tech Savvy. Keep safe, just hang up, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.